One of the most exciting ways to use Gen AI is to facilitate creative thinking and to spur innovation. Of course, you can just use Gen AI to make an image, but it gets really exciting when Gen AI helps you brainstorm, ideate, try around new ideas or approaches, and of course, streamline your workflows. In this lesson, I'll show you some examples of effective prompts for image Gen AI, as well as some simple workflows and processes that can help spur your creativity and innovation. Here's an example of a really common task in workflow: creating images for a slide or presentation. This example comes from Kelsey, an experienced designer here at Adobe. Like many of us, in her presentations, Kelsey will often try to use images as metaphors to explain a concept. But she usually finds clip art libraries stale or repetitive, or she wastes too much time searching for pre-made images when she's actually looking for something just right. So for a recent presentation, Kelsey wanted to use an analogy for deep space to kind of evoke that feeling of the vastness and excitement of the unknown to represent an upcoming project. Using Adobe Firefly's text-to-image feature, she started by typing "planets in space." But Kelsey realized she wanted something a bit less stylized or fantastical. So like all great prompt engineers, she gave a lot more specificity to help Firefly show off just how smart it is. Kelsey then further refined her prompt by adding the words "high resolution" and "black space" until she got the exact look she was hoping for. That was quick and easy enough that Kelsey saved some time to be even more creative. She wanted to add textures like smoke and dust to make it a bit more abstract. So she started a new prompt, "floating mist over black background," that generated exactly what she was looking for. Kelsey ultimately generated 3 images. None of them required individual editing, so she did a quick collage by layering them to create her title slide. And as a bonus perk, because of all the variations Firefly generated, she then had enough similar images on hand to keep using them throughout her presentation as needed. See the process Kelsey used for her workflow? She thought of the use case, a presentation with slides, came up with a visual idea, a misty deep space image, and tried out a few specific prompts, and then combined a few images to get the level of creative control she was hoping for. If you want your creations to be unique and stand out, here are a few pieces of advice. First, be original. Play around with text prompts until you learn how to write ones that push the AI in unique directions. Firefly has a gallery for you to explore what prompts have worked well for others. This is a great starting point if you're nervous about that blank canvas, but remember to always add your own twist. Second, be picky. Image generators are good at pumping out a lot of variations, but that doesn't mean they're all winners. When you train your eye to recognize successful compositions, contrast, or color combinations, you'll recognize which variations are worth pursuing. And third, be a perfectionist. Traditional software editing skills still matter. Generative AI imagery is usually a starting point, but not always an end point. You'll almost certainly want to refine what you create with text, edits, or other additions in software like Adobe Express, Photoshop, or Illustrator. So the next time you set out to create something awesome, think about the whole workflow, from ideating, to creating, to editing, and see how Gen AI tools like Firefly can be your co-producer along the way.